We've both traveled to a lot of places.
Facts, man.
But when we decided that we were going to Colombia, we were stoked.
From the time that you step off the plane, you know, when we're traveling from the airport to the villa, you're engulfed in the culture immediately. People going to work, people on the beach, people just hanging out and doing what they do, you know.
Now, our goal is to give you some tips and tricks of what to do when you travel to Colombia and the things that we did that helped it make our experience that much better.
Sure, first thing you gotta do is you gotta go to Andrés Canederes.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That restaurant's dope.
Oh my goodness. The
It's an
food.
experience.
But allow me to let Daniel from the restaurant Andrés Canederes tell you about the experience.
Hi, welcome to Andrés Cartagena. My name is Daniel Villarreal. This is one of the most famous restaurants in Colombia. Everything you see in the restaurant is handcrafted by us. So the tables, all the details in the decoration is made by people in Chia, that is our home place. And you can find in every spot of the restaurant something that really is really beautiful.
Next thing that we highly recommend is to get yourself a good concierge service.
I'm Kata, your wit to travel, and welcome to Cartagena.
The owner, Ray, made sure that we had everything we need. We had a luxury private villa with an indoor pool. We were picked up from the airport in a Mercedes Sprinter van. We had breakfast by two of the sweetest maids and lunch and dinner by one of the top-notch chefs in Colombia.
Shout out to Omar.
Omar was that dude. Food was delicious. The experience was mind-boggling. You have to get yourself a good concierge. To travel is where it's at.
Speaking of to travel, the concierge service, on point. We had a couple. We had Nixon, and we also had our fabulous tour guide, Kata. Kata took us everywhere and explored the whole city of Cartagena.
One thing we did learn from Kata is that arepas is a staple Colombian food. It can be found on every street corner in Colombia, just about. But let Kata tell you more about them.
So all over Colombia, they have different kinds of arepas. Every single city, every single part of the country has a different style of arepa. Obviously, there's some that are made from corn or they're made from yuca.
Okay.
So these arepas are obviously corn, and then they put like a bunch of cheese inside. Some of them have sausage. I like just the cheese ones.
Okay.
So they mix it like the corn flour, they do a little bit of butter, some of them have egg as well.
I see.
And then depending on the city that you're at, like they deep fry them, like they do here with the egg inside and all of that stuff. That is very common to find like a lot of arepa spots all over the city and
Arepas.
all over the country actually.
Okay.
Wherever you go, you'll find an arepa in Colombia.
Arepa.
There's
Okay.
nothing more Colombian than arepa.
You know, so we talked to you about the food that we were getting at the house, but we didn't tell you about the one-off spots that we hit in the city, right? There was this one spot called Dicilio in Getsemani. Amazing. From the time that we walked in, there was a warm feeling in the restaurant. You can tell it was more like a mom and pop feel. Everybody was there, you know. It was home, right?
Genuine.
So, lasagna, on point. You had the espresso martini, on point.
Fire.
And then they even had homemade ice cream ready for you.
Another must when you go to Cartagena is a yacht.
Just the other day, saw you looking my way. I start to contemplate moments that went to waste. Why you do that? You drop me like who that? And put me through that. But baby, it's useless. I'm living my life. Don't need you in mind. Me feeling just fine. One of a kind. Who better than I? Hey, 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 oh. Shawty, don't play that game. Shawty, don't play that game. Won't keep you safe. Time that I relocate. Don't play that game. Shawty, don't play that game.
Our boys from To Travel hooked us up. We had the best 2-deck yacht that you can find in Cartagena.
I think like prestige worldwide.
Now, coming back from Shalom, we was done. Our boys from 2 Travel took care of us. They hooked us up. We were able to come back home to a gourmet, top-notch, chef-cooked meal by our boy, Chef Omar.
That boy Omar can cook, man. Now he's cooked for Dan Bilzerian, Eric Gordon, some of the top people, you know. And just by the way that he was in the kitchen, like cutting up the dishes, cutting up the meat, cutting up the chicken. Oh my God, the potatoes.
That thing was fire.
Bruh.
The myth, the legend, in the flesh.
Byron.
Okay.
Vladimir Byron.
Island boy.
DJ Island Boy.
Island boy.
We've told you a lot of the do's about when you get to Colombia. Now we're gonna share some of the don't. First, never travel by yourself. We were fortunate enough to have our own bodyguard provided by 2 Travel.
Mi amigo. Oh, so now you speak Spanish?
Un poquito. Shout out to Ray and them boys.
My dog out the road.
But seriously, never travel by yourself. Travel in large groups, because that will definitely lower your risk of being mugged or, you know, being taken advantage of.
Facts, and you also don't know the city. So,
secondly, do your best to not give large sums or any sum of money to the kids in the streets. Because once they see one bill,
they running.
It's a swarm.
Definitely a swarm. Also, stay humble. You know, you don't have to be too flashy, too crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's not a spot for that. People see you with your phone out. It just makes you that much more of a target, right? Stay low key. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. It's not what that's for. Be a tourist, but be respectful. You don't want to be too loud and bring attention to yourself because you never know who's watching. You know.
You don't want to be a target. Seeing that this was my last hurrah trip, you know, there was a lot that I had to be grateful for. It was dope that I got the chance to play golf in Colombia with my brother. That was a great experience. I was able to fellowship with my boys and just spend time and have quality conversations. And to be honest, I had a moment on the boat, the yacht, where I had to soak it all in, and you know, some tears came to my eyes because of just the gratitude that overtook me. I would recommend that everyone experience this country for themselves.
And fellowship was by far the best part. And just experiencing the people that we went with. Like, it's a funny group of people, you know what I'm saying? We had some laughs, you know, but we also, it was a vibe. The city was a vibe. And when you yourself are present and in the moment and enjoying everything else is your oyster, you know? Like, by far, you are gonna have the best time if your energy's right. Last but not least, we have to shout out our boy MK, one of the best videographers around town, you know what I'm saying? Around town? Stop it. The world, B. Let's get it. For making this trip happen, for making this video happen. You already know. Much love, brother.
Now, if there's one final recommendation that we can make, is that you make sure Cartagena, Colombia is on your travel bucket list for 2023.
CTG.
You will not be disappointed.
This is facts.
Seat.